From George Carlin getting arrested in 1972 for telling the truth, to Dave Chappelle facing death threats for telling jokes, we finally entered the era of woke comedy, where there's more politics than punchline.
This Sunday, we're celebrating International Women's Day, y'all! Now, don't worry. You don't have to remember to go out and get anyone flowers. You just have to remember to go out and fight for equal pay for women in the workplace. Now, I know there are guys out there thinking, oh, International Women's Day? Why don't we have an International Men's Day? Well, you're in luck, because you do. It's actually on November 19th. But you wouldn't know that because you're too busy celebrating it every other day of the year. Fun fact, November 19th is also International Toilet Day. Now, I'm not saying men are toilets, but both holidays are mostly catered towards a bunch of white Johns.
I just think you should consider, terminating the pregnancy if it was for incest or with a redhead, like the unforgivables,
I mean, one of the biggest fears of white America is that minorities are coming to take their jobs, you know what I mean? And honestly, we are.
That's what they call comedy now? A political TED Talk.
According to Wikipedia, International Women's Day is only an official holiday in 26 countries. And wait for it, the US is not one of them. That's right.
Her entire show is, I'm a minority and a woman, and she probably identifies as a comedian. Let's rewind. Back to when comedy was raw, risky, and real. Here's George Carlin, doing what got him arrested.
There's a different group to get pissed off at you in this country for everything you're not supposed to say. Can't say fruit, can't say faggot, can't say queer, can't say Nancy boy, can't say pansy. Can't say nigger, boogie, jig, jigaboo, skinhead, jungle bunny, mooly, moulignon, or schwarzer. Can't say yid, heeb, zeeb, kike, maki, dago, guinea, wop, ginzo, greaser, greaseball, spick, beaner, oye, tiger, PR, mick, donkey, turkey, limey, frog, squarehead, kraut, jerry, hun, chink, jap, nip, slope, slopehead, zip, zipperhead, gook. There is absolutely nothing wrong. There is absolutely nothing wrong with any of those words in and of themselves. They're only words. It's the context that counts. It's the user. It's the intention behind the words that makes them good or bad. The words are completely neutral. The words are innocent. I get tired of people talking about bad words and bad language. Bullshit. It's the context that makes them good or bad. The context that makes them good or bad. For instance, you take the word nigger. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the word nigger in and of itself. It's the racist asshole who's using it that you ought to be concerned about. We don't care when Richard Pryor or Eddie Murphy say it. Why? Because we know they're not racist. They're niggers. Context. Context. We don't mind their context because we know they're black. Hey, I know I'm Whitey, the blue-eyed devil, patio fade, gray boy, honky motherfucker myself. Don't bother my ass. They're only words.
Woke comedians hate men, while real comedians hate everyone. Real comedians make fun of everything equally, and their jokes are actually funny enough to make people laugh.
People say they're offended. It's that just because you're offended, it doesn't mean you're right. It's offence is about feelings, and feelings are personal. Some people are offended by equality. So what? So you can't second guess people. If you try and please everyone, you'll please no one. With comedy as well, I think you've got to deal with taboos and contentious issues, and sometimes you deal in irony, and some people don't get that. But you can't legislate against stupidity, otherwise you'll be doing nothing. Because I'm not doing it for the 200 egos in the room. I'm doing it for the 200 million people watching around who aren't winning awards, who aren't millionaires. And freedom of speech is so important these days. I've reached the age now where I don't care anymore. It's a sin. To joke about all the bad things, that's a waste. Because that's exactly what we should joke about. If you can laugh in the face of adversity, you're bulletproof.
Meanwhile, Netflix employees staged a walkout on Wednesday to protest comedian Dave Chappelle's new comedy special, which they say contains harmful language that ridicules transgender people. Many joined in support outside the company's Los Angeles headquarters.
We have a 8-year-old boy who's trans.
And they've canceled people that are more powerful than me. They canceled J.K. Rowling. My God, J.K. Rowling wrote all the Harry Potter books by herself. She sold so many books, the Bible worries about her. And they canceled her because she said in an interview, and this is not exactly what she said, but effectually, she said gender was a fact. And then the trans community got mad as shit. They started calling her a TERF. I didn't even know what the fuck that was. But I know that trans people make up words to win arguments. So I looked it up. TERF is an acronym. Stands for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminists. This is a real thing. This is a group of women that hate transgender. They don't hate transgender women, but they look at trans women the way we blacks might look at blackface. It offends them. Like, ooh, this bitch is doing an impression of me. Even though the media frames this, that it's me versus that community, it's not what it is. Do not blame the LGBTQ community for any of this shit. This has nothing to do with them. It's about corporate interests and what I can say and what I cannot say. For the record, and I need you to know this, everyone I know from that community has been nothing but loving and supporting. So I don't know what all this nonsense is about. In summer 2020, when the whole world shut down, I was outside doing shows. My neighbor had a cornfield and he let me throw shows there, and people came from all over the country. Some people came from around the world to see those shows. The best comedians on earth came to my home and broke bread with me. And we lived our lives. We found a way to keep moving forward. I made a whole documentary about it. The first night of those shows was a piece that some of you might have seen. It was called 846, and it dealt with the murder of George Floyd. This film that I made was invited to every film festival in the United States, and some of those invitations I accepted. And when this controversy came out about the closer, they began disinviting me from these film festivals. And now, today, not a film company, not a movie studio, not a film festival, nobody will touch this film. Thank God for Ted Sarandos and Netflix. He's the only one that didn't cancel me yet. To the transgender community, I am more than willing to give you an audience, but you will not summon me. I am not bending to anybody's demands. And if you want to meet with me, I'd be more than willing to, but I have some conditions. First of all, you cannot come if you have not watched my special from beginning to end.
So Dave made jokes about rape, white people, drug addicts, dead people, racism, women, every race on the planet. War, politics, movies, music, and even his personal life. But trans jokes is a bridge too far. Double standards at its finest.
The last tweet I just couldn't let slide, man. The last thing she said to me was, I don't understand why you have to be such an insubordinate, crybaby little bitch. Should I just have blocked her? My publicist says yes. Had you not been taking up 2 seats, there would have been room for me to safely secure my backpack in another chair. That's all I said. Everybody wants to be a victim now, right? So how did she, the person who started it, react? How could he say something like that? He's body shaming me. Cancel Matt Rife. You can't cancel me. I'm not your gym membership. Get the off my feet then.
It was this kind of hilarious moment, like last year, where they started to try and cancel like dead people. Remember that? All of a sudden, out of nowhere, like John Wayne was trending. I'm like, what, they got some found footage? You got a new movie coming out that maybe they shelved? And all of a sudden, it was all these stupid-ass woke white people, right? Oh my God, did you see what John Wayne said in Playboy in 1971? This is a bunch of fucking white people, all up in arms, about a dead white guy. I can no longer tolerate this. I can no longer tolerate dead for 45 years, John Wayne, saying things in a magazine that doesn't exist anymore. I am here for black people. It's fucking idiots.